On September 4th, 2012, the U.S. national debt reached $16 trillion. This is a very large number, and it's very difficult to wrap your head around, much like the number of stars and the scale of the universe. The best way to understand it is to visualize it. Let's start small. This is $50,000, roughly the U.S. median household income. It doesn't take up too much space, and you could easily carry it around in your pockets. This is $1 million in $100 bills. It weighs about 22 pounds and can easily be carried around in a duffel bag. If you're careful and you invest reasonably, you could live comfortably off of this for a very long time. This is $16 trillion in $100 bills. This is our national debt. You couldn't spend this if you tried. If you were to earn $10,000 per second, it would take over 50 years to reach $16 trillion.
To begin with, the often quoted $85 billion in cuts account for only 2.4% of the 2013 budget and will only reduce the projected growth of spending. It will not reduce the actual amount of money the government spends. Rather, the budget will simply grow at a slower rate. Also, $85 billion is itself an exaggeration, as according to the Congressional Budget Office, the actual amount that will be cut from fiscal year 2013 is only about $44 billion, not 85. So that minuscule percentage is even more minuscule. So what the sequester really comes down to is that President Obama just has to cut $44 billion out of a $3.6 trillion budget. That's it.
The Fed spends $85 billion a month, and they're questioning this whole thing about this nickel and dime. But, you know, if the sequester goes through, the proposed increase in spending in the next 10 years is $2.5 trillion. If it goes through, they're only going to spend $2.4 trillion in additional funds. It means nothing.
Well, a lot of times we're talking about slowing down the rate of growth of government, and that's all of these things. The sequester, that everybody's like pulling their hair out thinking it'll be a disaster. The sequester doesn't even cut any spending. The sequester slows down the rate of growth, but government will still grow by nearly $8 trillion, $7 to $8 trillion over 10 years of growth of government with the sequester. The sequester is not even enough to stave off another credit downgrade, which I think we're going to get unless we really truly start balancing our budget.